in your life like a game-winning kicking attempt kicked into the stomach of a fat person. This is the Educated Ignorance Podcast on the For Frequency Sake Podcast Network. It was a day of kicks and some people being dicks. This is the Sunday Night Live show here on your airwaves. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Joe Winkle, joined as always by our good friend and Ames, Iowa compatriot, Mr. Nick Brinks. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. I'm old. I had my 15-year high school reunion this weekend,
Wow.
and we're good. It's good. We're doing well.
I didn't go to my 10-year a couple years ago. I don't know what that says about me as a person or not, but I just wanted you to know
Our
that
10 year was COVID year, so we didn't have one, and then we had like an impromptu 11-year at a bar that I technically was at. So I guess you could say I was at my 10.
So were you at the bar and they just happened to show up there? Or were you like there kind of in adjacent? Like
my cousin was getting married and we had the rehearsal dinner that night, and we all went to the bar that just happened to be the same bar where my class was doing shenanigans. So I split my time between the groups that night.
Oh yeah, it's totally meant to be here, bro. Yeah, good to see you, Bob. Bob, you look
in
so
and out
different.
of conversations like, now here's a guy.
Yeah,
here's a guy, and yeah.
Here's a girl who was a cheerleader who definitely peaked in high school. Oh wait, sorry.
So yeah, it was good. Got to see some classmates that I hadn't seen in, well, some of them probably 15 years, and others, probably won't ever see him again. Don't care to, but that's all right.
Only things in the what is yeah. Hey, what's a line said at high school reunions and in big gatherings of rich important people? Man, she looked way better when she was 16. Moving on. Zing! Oh, that's not the only good joke we'll have tonight. Bada boom, bada bing. That's a green bean, baby.
As long as you're 16 when you're saying that.
Well,
you're saying it about when you were 16, not as a 50-year-old man.
Maybe at the high school reunion. As the other group, I'm not sure. I made a joke once. I don't remember what I was talking about with who, but I've talked about this with a bunch of people, just joking. Like, why is it when you're like older and like the more money you have as a famous person, it's like the least, like it's like the age of the women you desire goes down like 5 years every $10 million of net worth you have.
That makes sense.
Like Leo DiCaprio's out here with a bajillion-dollar net worth making great movies. He's over here like 17, way too old.
Where does that put Bill Belichick?
Well, that's the thing. And I've heard it discussed on podcasts. You make jokes about it with your friends. Sometimes when you're his age, you never think you're going to see a woman at 25 naked. And you just got to shoot your shot. This Bill Belichick right here. I mean, listen. Hey, man. Shout out to Jordan and the North Carolina Tar Heels.
What is it that they say? That's the best thing about dating college women. You get older, but they stay the same.
Leo or no, McConaughey had that in a movie, didn't he? In a weird thing,
I think so. Yeah,
best part about 80-year-olds, you get older, they all say just a lot of great stuff. America, ladies and gentlemen. Though, I mean, hey, it's not just an American thing. Look at Wander Franco and his baseball career. Shout out to weird domestic instances. All right, let's stay the course. My fault.
Lastly, I'll throw this out there. I think he's having more success dating college women than coaching college men.
That's a great point. Honestly,
he's tied 1-1.
Right? True. She's not college. I mean, listen, at least she's not 21. She's like 24.
Okay. I guess I assumed she was in college. Maybe she's not.
What would her what would her major, like what was her major in college? Like shark hunting? I don't know what it's called. Is that gold digging? Is that a weird
Yeah, probably gold digging.
Is that technically gold digging? I mean, it is, but like I don't even know.
Sugar daddy.
Hey man, listen. Good for Bill. Honestly, shout out to that guy. All right, we're here. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe to our channels if you really like it. Tell all your friends. Real quick before we get in any more nefarious shenanigans. Honestly, talking about old people being, having pedophilic rage is probably more fun than talking about the Sunday night game we just watched. God, that was an eyesore, especially that fourth quarter. Russell Wilson, geez Louises. Um,
My
listen,
favorite was the 4th down and goal doink off the goalpost.
him and Cody Parkey, best friends.
That was good.
Please go subscribe. Listen, we are making horrendous jokes about life right now, but we do make great content. Go join our Substack page for frequencysake.substack.com. Like all of our channels, whatever platform you're watching this on, like it. We really appreciate it. Comment, whatever platform you're watching on, comment, whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, leave a comment. Tell us your favorite joke about old men predatoring on young women. Tell us what you thought about all of the bad special teams plays today. They all go hand in hand. Our good friend Daniel from our good friends at Gotham Gambling, he says, there it is. We had girls who went to college to major in getting married. That's boring. Why would they want to do that? Honestly, I mean, technically, isn't maybe that's what he's trying to say is that, they went there to major in getting married to older rich men. Maybe. I don't know. So go like all of our stuff. We have great shows. Golden Ticket Show, weekend warm up. We finally got an episode out. Thank Jesus. Though please don't go listen to $100 picks because good God, just horrendous beats all over the place. Or bad picks by me. Sunday morning, the Sunday show, I'm sure was great, even though I was not on it today.
Some may say the best ever.
Probably. I'm saying that like I'm the reason it's good or not. It's not that at all. I'm just saying, I wasn't there for it, so I was not. I have no ability to tell whether it was a great show or not because I wasn't there, and I'm sorry. But shout out to Don, Danny, and Doug for holding it down for me this morning as I was a bit under the weather after a late evening yesterday. And then, of course, tomorrow the Football Lounge will be up. Card subject to change. They got great stuff going on. So shout out. Well, we got a bunch of great content. Please go and check it out. Danny chiming in. They'd go and date the dudes going to med school, law school. That's fair. Okay, we get it. That I get it now. I understand where he is coming from. So with all that said, let's have some fun. Today on our show, we're going to talk a little bit about the Sunday night game. I'm sure we're going to make jokes about Russell Wilson. Are the Chiefs back? Question mark. Should that game even count as a win? I'm only half kidding. And lastly, we are going to he said Steve was on the show this morning. I'm glad he was. Steve replaced me. Shout out to you, Steve. Thank you for coming in off the top rope for me today. I really appreciate it. I lost my train of thought. Oh, we're going to do playoff cross-offs. It's week 3, and we're already crossing teams off. I mean, have you seen some of the teams in the NFL? Like, did you watch the Saints today? Good God. We're going to cross some teams off. We are also going to we're going to tell you what we believe in through 3 weeks in the NFL. If you're watching, comment down below. Be a part of the chat. Tell us what you believe in through 3 weeks in the NFL season. Other than that, Nick, are you ready to get after it, my friend?
I'm ready.
All right, let's start with tonight's game. Oddly enough, I thought this game was going to be way more interesting, and it was for a half, and then the Giants kind of died. Their offense sucked. Their DBs are terrible. Tyquan Thornton created a new incredible meme on that catch, and then all of a sudden, all you see is just him put his arm up. That was great. Great content, Tyquan Thornton. The Chiefs' offense looked good for a half, maybe their best half of football since the Bills game and the AFC title game. Danny made a joke in our comment section on Facebook. He said, He said Nick's so old he remembers when Matt Moore was the best the Dolphins had. That is funny. That is a good one. Danny is a
Jay
good.
Fiedler. I'm old enough to remember when Jay Fiedler was the guy.
Hey man, that 1-in-15 season hit like a brick. Shout out Jason Campbell. What were your thoughts on tonight's Sunday night game? Aren't we glad we're not Giants? Like we might have it bad, but we're not Giants fans. We don't have to cheer for Russell Wilson.
The fan, it was kind of funny because they kind of would pretty much boo every time it was either incomplete or Jackson Dart came out of the game. I thought that was fun how they kind of threw him in occasionally, as they have been doing, and then the fans would just, voice their displeasure. A week after Russell Wilson looked like Russell Wilson of old, but after watching the Bears today, I think that's more to do with the Cowboys defense than anything.
How dare you?
I think my fantasy strategy going forward in DFS is start the quarterback playing Dallas as a side note for the future. But yeah, they looked punchy for a little while. Scattaboo, or as Adam Sandler might say, Scattaboo. Terrible Adam Sandler impression. He was the only Giant today that had fun. He had a good day, and I don't know what the injury was to Tracy.
I think an arm injury,
but that may have just unlocked the potential of Scattaboo. Scattaboo. Is it Boo?
Scattaboo. Came Scattaboo.
It should be Bo because there's only one O. But okay, Scattaboo. Yeah, he was good for the Giants. He was doing his best to carry the team. And then Russ, when he, it's fourth down in the red zone. And yeah, I'm gonna just throw it away and doink it off the goalpost. That to me, that play was like the low point for the Giants tonight. With Russell Wilson, you know what you're gonna get at his age. He's not the Russell of old. Although last week it looked like it may be, it wasn't. That's got to be a tough one to swallow for the Giants because I felt like you said, that was a game in the first half. That was a winnable ball game. Chiefs, they tried to keep them in it at various times, but they just didn't have enough oomph. And putting up 6 points or whatever isn't going to get the job done. But yeah, ugly game. Dear God,
that second half
what
was
an
a tough
ugly game.
watch. Like when it was, and this isn't even me doing the Chiefs winning is boring commentary, but Jesus Louises, when that game got brutal in the second half. Like that was a tough watch.
Yeah. So good on the Chiefs, though. I mean, there were a couple throws. The first one that was almost a touchdown, and then they showed that it was incomplete, and then they went back and it was almost the exact same thing, but instead it was to the 1 yard line to Thornton. Like that's the Chiefs team that I like. They just chuck it deep and they make plays. And they haven't had that for a while, it feels like. So
I thought Mahomes was really good today.
So yeah, Chiefs are happy to get in the win column. I was hoping the Bears could stay ahead of them in the standings just for a week at least. Wasn't meant to be. But yeah, good on the Bears and the Chiefs for getting out of our 0-2 tie with our Dolphins for our DJ fun. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, we were all in it together for about 5 minutes. I
might say, look what Dak did today, and look what he did against this Giants defense, and the Chiefs didn't do that. So that could go both ways too.
As regards to who?
The Cowboys and Giants last week.
Oh, okay. Wait,
both defenses are Swiss cheese, moldy Swiss cheese.
It could be.
And then as bad as the Cowboys played today.
I think the Giants defense isn't that bad. The Cowboys offense is pretty good. The Bears finding ways to stop them the way they did today was, I don't know if impressive is the right word, but hey, we'll talk about that game. And it was a good mental health day. for your boy, because my football team on a Sunday looked the part, and we were doing cartwheels. Here's the thing about the Chiefs. I am going to hold any major takes about this team until Rice and Worthy are back. If Worthy comes back, like, I don't know. I haven't really, like, is Worthy just going to be week to week until the end of the season? Like, how bad is the injury really? I guess if he was actually legitimately that hurt, they'd probably throw him on injured reserve. But Tyquan Thornton is a legitimate weapon. Cannot believe, just shows you the Patriots being hilariously inept because they had to cut him, and now he's on the Chiefs, and Mahomes is turning him into like bottom tier shelf Tyreek Hill. Uh, they were able to navigate some stuff. The only thing that really worries me is that Travis Kelce in the first half looked incredibly disengaged. And I was just like, oh, that's not good. Like, there was a stretch in that first half where I was like, okay, maybe they are broken. But then there was some good stuff they did in the second half that I was like, all right, this team's not completely dead yet. They can't run the ball, though, still. Their running game is atrocious, which they haven't been able to run the ball for years um, because Brett Veach got told how good of a draft pick Isaiah Pacheco was, so he decided to just keep ramming that fucking engine down like that square peg into a round hole for the last couple seasons. I swear, sometimes these general managers, they draft a guy like in the mid to late round, and even though they're a totally replaceable player, but they're like good enough to not get completely benched. So the GM's not going to replace them because every chance he gets when they do good, it's going to be like Brett Veach look at this find. He got Isaiah Pacheco in the 7th round while Isaiah Pacheco runs like a 5-year-old trying to run away from getting caught, like breaking a glass in the kitchen, like stomping, like Pacheco's such a bad player. And they have like Kareem Hunt, who has like my hips. That's how washed of an athlete he is, playing their running back position.
Don't put that on Kareem Hunt now. You take that back.
I know, I'm sorry. But regardless, yeah, just tough, but it is what it is. Hey, listen, the Bears the Bears are currently doing that with Braxton Jones right now. So it is what it is. But at least it's for the Chiefs, it's a running back and not a left tackle. So we'll see. Chiefs play the Ravens next week. For the Giants, boy, oh boy, Russ, disaster zone. Today was
bad week 1.
Today was embarrassing.
Bad week 3, good week 2. That was bad today.
Today was embarrassing, and we'll talk about last week was such a massive outlier, and I don't even think it was about like the fact that it was against the Dallas defense, and I'm not just saying that because of the Bears today. Like, I think it's just he found some crazy, like, their secondary is bad, but also like he's such a bad processor at the position. Like, the Chiefs were begging them to hit quick intermediate routes and like checkdowns all game. And Russ is just like, I've got to continue to chuck it deep. Like, he's one of the worst starters in the league. And them not listen, I said it after week 1, and he luckily found a gold in some magic bin last week to turn back the hands of time and have he fell out of his ass and had the greatest game of his career basically in a loss. LOL, sucks to suck. But them not playing Jackson Dart is just lighting games on fire. And at this point, I've been a defender of him because he was the head coach when Daniel Jones was the quarterback of the Giants and they won a playoff game. But at this point, Nick, I can't even defend Daboll anymore. Like, some of the plays they're calling, like continuously playing Russ, like I don't know, man. I just don't know.
My favorite tweet that I came across tonight was, and we'll get to it. We'll get to it a little later. Daniel Jones as a Giant, he's going to get Brian Daboll fired. Daniel Jones as a Colt, he's going to get Brian Daboll fired.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. Oh my goodness. I know.
You got a kick out of that one.
That was good. That was good. Yeah, tough times at Ridgemont High. Giants play the Chargers, I think, next week, and yeah, good luck, I guess. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about some playoff cross-offs, and then we'll talk about what we believe in. So we'll get the bad out of the way first. Who are some of your Are the Giants? I guess I can segue this. Are the Giants worth? I said like we should have at least 2, maybe 4 maximum. Are the Giants in your mind one of the 5 worst teams in the league right now? Are they worth crossing off as of today through 3 games?
Honestly, I'm not putting them there yet.
Okay. Because now listen, I will say this. Their schedule for the next couple weeks is pretty ridiculous. Because I think I saw something that said like 3 of their next 4 games are against teams who are currently 3-0. So it's like, good luck, bud. But if Dart is playing, I mean, maybe they could win a game or 2 to be alive. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I do not have them on my dead list yet. I actually have. Let's see, of my dead teams.
Let's go with one. Who was your first no doubter cross off?
Saints.
Okay, I'm with you. Like
that was my low hanging fruit. Yeah. The first 2 weeks, 0-2, they didn't look good, but they kept games close, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll give you some time. I gave him about 3 minutes today, and time of death was about 3:35 p.m.
Was it as the punt? Was it as their first punt was in the air when Torrey Horton caught it, or when he got to midfield and it was clear that nobody else was left to stop him?
It might have been when I wasn't paying attention very closely to that game at all, and then I had them in a survivor today, and then I looked down and they were up 28-3, and I'm like, all right, I'm safe.
Yeah, that was wow.
Was like, oh yeah, Horton. Saints. Okay, you're gone. You're dead.
Goodbye. Here's a dead team. Yeah, RIP Saints. Here's the thing too. Week 1 and week 2 were 2 games that were just they were victims of all NFL games being close because the Saints were down multiple scores in both of those games, and it ends in a 1-score game because that's how like 80% of NFL games end is a 1-score deficit. Like, so I never believed anything like the Saints were kind of punchy. Like, not really. So yeah, I agree with you. Hey, listen though, their uniforms today, chef's kiss. The team though, a dumpster fire. So we agree on that. We agree on them. They're the easiest, no doubt about it. First team get sent to Alcatraz. How many did you have total?
I've got 3 on my list, and I would say my next 2 are probably controversial. I went Saints are the easy pick for me. I wanted to not just pick the bottom of the barrel. I tried to run the gauntlet here in terms of like I've got a 2-1 team on my list.
Okay.
That I'll get to in a sec, but like the Giants, they're 0-3, but I don't have them on my list yet. I've seen enough out of them where I'm like, it may come next week, it may come in 2 weeks, it may come in 3 weeks, but I'm not saying your chances are gone right now.
Yeah, do you want to add we can do this where do we want to check in on this every couple weeks? Do we want to add a team each week to the cross-off list? We'll that'll be something that we have. That'll be like production meeting type stuff. We'll put
it on a list. We'll put it on a list and then we'll cross off which one's left.
Exactly, yeah. We're going to make a list about being about the list.
Yes.
Exactly. That's our our little production meeting every day is like it's either the second half of the noon slate or the beginning of the second slate. And it's always great. We always have fun, and that'll be where we decide if we add anyone to the cross-off list. Okay. Since you're going to go a little rogue, if I may, let me put the second team that I have on here, and it's a no doubter for me. It's the Tennessee Titans. I think the Titans are the worst coach team in the NFL right now. Brian Callahan is a nightmare. They've covered this. They're like 3 and.
Is he related to Bill?
He's his son.
Oh boy.
Bill's on his staff too, by the way. Nepo hire. Nepo baby. They're 3-17 under him. I think more shocking. I think they're either 3-17 or 2-18 against the spread since he's been their head coach. And it's just constant, like weekly, him making bad decisions, just abhorrent, whatever, just terrible stuff. The team is bad. Cam Ward is out here. Everyone last week was all going over his touchdown pass. That was objectively stupid. And then today, on the third play from scrimmage, he no-look YOLO balls a check down, 30 yards, a check down, 30 yards across the field that he hangs in the air forever, and it gets pick sixed. Can't listen. Cam Ward, I understand he's fun. Last year at Miami was great to watch, but the dude can't aura farm his way to third down conversions, folks. He's just not that good of a quarterback, but everyone's out here trying to find their way to be like, you know what? Cam Ward's got the juice and he's good and he's fun. Yet I have to hear people bitch about my quarterback when, he does all those things or does half of that, but it's whatever. I'm not just petty about it. Regardless, the Titans are a bad team and Callahan's a bad coach, and they are annexed and they are crossed off with big Sharpie.
I dig it. Not on my list, but more because I wanted to include some hot takes.
I have a feeling I know where you're going with one of them, but we'll save it for last. Because I know I think you're proud of it.
Yeah.
All
right, we can revisit it when they make the playoffs somehow and, laugh at me, but that's okay.
It's okay. Who's your next team?
It's an 0-3 team that realistically has had a chance. If I double check quick, let me see that. I don't remember how their week one went. Let me see here just to make sure. It's probably harsh for me to include them here.
I think I know who you're going to say. Oh, this is great.
I don't think I should, but I'm going to. They have yet to top 19 points on offense. Their defense is actually playing really well, and they've gotten, they've lost late in maybe all of them. The anti-Baker Mayfield and the Bucks, perhaps. As in, we just saw that happen on Monday night against Baker and the Bucks. I'm putting the Texans in my list.
Unbelievable. This might be a hotter take than the one you're about to have or after this. Because at least that one you have an excuse, but go ahead.
2 years ago, Texans are up here. Last year, they regressed, but still somehow made the playoffs and won a playoff game. But I didn't think they were as good of a football team as they were, but they managed. I feel like they've regressed big time this year, and I don't know what has caused it. Defense has only given up 14, 20, and 17. That offense should be able to win 3 games.
The defense
they should
nasty.
Be able. The fact that they are not 1-2 or 2-1 at least is not good. I don't have faith in that offense right now, and I don't know exactly if it's because Stroud has just not gotten better and he's regressed, or perhaps they have no run game, or they have one receiver in Nico and everybody else they can focus on him. They don't have anyone else with Tank Dell, because I think he's injured and out because of last year's injury, right?
Yeah, he's going to be out for the year. But they've got some okay. Like they drafted both of the dudes from Iowa State last year.
So maybe if those guys can take some of the load off Nico. I just feel like I haven't watched their games closely outside of Monday night, so I don't know if if it's wide receiver 1 syndrome where they just focus on him and he'll get his targets and stuff, because I looked at his stat line and he's getting okay numbers, but I don't know if the other guys have been able to match it or what. But yeah, at 0-3, and in other years, I would say in that division, there's still a path, but one of my Cinderellas this year happens to be in that division, and I don't think it's going to be coming. They might have to rely on the wild card, and I don't trust it right now.
Dude, it's bad. Like
Now, do I feel confident that they will miss the playoffs? No, but I'm putting them on my list, and they are a team that could definitely prove me wrong. Unlike the Giants, I don't feel, or unlike the Saints, I don't feel like they're going to prove me wrong. Texans could, but I've got them on my list.
The Rams game I understood in a sense. Rams defense is legit. And first game with a new system, all that stuff. Week 2 was a bit more weird. They still couldn't get any explosive passes. CJ Stroud threw a lot of passes that were like, buddy, what are you doing? And why are you doing it? Why is this your decision? And in today, listen, that game was hilarious, like objectively hilarious to watch. It was the Jags and the Texans playing a game that you would expect the Jags and the Texans to play, a game nobody wanted to win. Houston's offense, man, they can't block. CJ has regressed so much. And I know Bobby Slowick was bad last year as a play caller because his way of designing, not designing plays, but his like play structure, I guess. What's like his play calling, I guess I would say, like, I didn't like how his games were structured. I didn't like his decisions on when we're going to run, how much we're going to run, how we're going to balance things out. And I understand right now, like, Mixon is gone, and who knows when and if he's coming back. So their run game is bad, but still, their offensive line is bad, and CJ has obsessively regressed, dude. It's terrifying, and I don't have them on the cross-out list, but this isn't a bad one. Like, it's bad, dude. It's really bad. So I don't hate it. Like, could they play Tennessee next week? You would hope they win.
Joe will have them on the list if Tennessee wins.
Yeah, they will. You just made the list. But then they play Baltimore. But here after that, they got to go to Baltimore, which granted, I don't think their defense is that good. But then after that, they go to Seattle, and I know their defense is good. And then they play the Niners, who their defense has been pretty good so far. Robert Saleh out here. Then they play the Broncos, and that's their next 4 games. Like, could they be 1-6, 2-5? I don't know, man. Just not good. Not good. Never saw this coming, that it would be this bad. I thought it would get better, and it's only gotten worse. My only other one, really, if I had to have 3, I'm not going to cross the Giants off. I love the Houston take by you. I'm not going to cross them off. I'm going to cross the Dolphins off. I know. Am I being cheap for only crossing 0-3 teams off? Maybe, but the Dolphins are terrible. Dolphins have been the worst team in the league outside of the Saints.
There was a path for them to win that game too, and I joked earlier in the day. I'm like, they're such an underdog. Everybody's picking the Bills. They're a double-digit dog. Watch. Just watch. They're going to fuck around, and they're going to find a way to win this game. And for a brief moment in that fourth quarter, they had a chance. And then Tua remembered that I'm supposed to throw it to the other team.
He remembered who the fuck he was, Nick Brinks.
He did.
He remembered. So they were about to they were going to get the ball back in a tie game in the fourth quarter, and they roughed the punter. And then from there, it all died. Listen,
even after that, they had the ball down to touchdown, driving, chance to tie it again. And
Tua turned the ball over.
It wasn't good.
Dude. Here's what I'll say about the Dolphins, because like I've told you weekly, I'm emotionally dead to them. Like, they are emotionally dead to me. I will say at the beginning of the game, it was nice to see that they didn't quit yet. because I thought they were going to get destroyed because I thought the team was going to quit. But they just keep finding ways to lose these games, and I don't know, man. Like yeah, they're done. No, they're not good. And McDaniel, like, they're so unorganized. Sometimes it's a disaster, but whatever. Who's all right? I know your next one here. I've only got 3, so you only have 3 too?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, because you have a glorious, glorious take. And I want you to spew it to the world about why this team that you said has 2 wins that is going to miss the playoffs, and I already know who it is.
Unless they trade for like Jameis Winston for the memes, I have seen enough Jake Browning for my life. How many interceptions? Did he just throw another interception right now? Did he just throw another one? I think they might have just returned it to the house, actually.
He's got to be leading the league in interceptions.
5 in 6 quarters?
Pretty 6.5.
I know Gino was at like 4 coming into this week. I don't know if he added to it. Very possibly could have.
He's got no way.
On a per
they
game
only
basis.
have Browning for 3. There's
3
no
last
way.
week, and didn't he have 3 last week?
He had 3 last. Okay, he's got 5.
Okay, yeah, 3 last week, 5 total now. Whew. Watching the Bengals play this year, with Burrow, they've kind of been known to have some stumbles early in the season, but eventually the offense gets going, and like last year, they might have lost 41-38, way too much, but it wasn't the offense that I was worried about. This year, if Burrow is out for a considerable amount of time, which it looks like he will be, they haven't ruled him out for the season, though, correct?
No, he would probably have to come back like in the last month of the season. The problem is though that he had his turf toe is grade 3, so that shit tore.
Yeah, so they might be in a situation where it's not worth playing him this season if he is healthy.
Can they get to? Can they be 7-7 going into the last month of the year, basically, or like 7-6? Sorry, can they be 7-6?
I was gonna say if they are okay, then maybe they would. But if they're a couple games below 500, it's probably turn out the lights. But so week 1, they did everything in their power except lose the game.
Bro, if I told you that the same dude who won the game for the Browns today was the same guy who lost it for them in week 1 kicking wise, would you believe me? This is the same dude. It's the same. You would think he had money on the Bengals in week 1, bro.
Yeah.
He had him in a He had the Bengals in a survivor pool in week 1. He had to have.
Yeah. And then last week, that was such a stupid game, but they found a way to win despite Browning coming in and throwing 3 interceptions. I still don't know how they did it. So to me right now, when I think of the Bengals, I picture the scene from Step Brothers when they're doing the job interview and they're both in their suits. They're sitting one behind the other. And then by week 3, he rips ass and it smells so bad. And the dude is like, all right, yeah, this is pretty fucked up. That was today. That was against the Vikings today, the Bengals. America, and especially me, I'm looking at the Bengals and I'm like, all right.
Was that a Step Brothers reference?
Yeah. I said, yeah, did you not hear that?
Yeah. Huh?
I said, yeah, from the movie Step Brothers.
Okay, I thought you did. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, now it's pretty fucked up.
What did he say? What is that a taste? What did he say he tasted? I can't remember.
I can't remember that part, but no, it's like one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
That liver sausage?
I think I've actually referenced that same clip on the show at one point in the last few years. I'm bringing it out again because I feel like the Bengals have left a shit taste in my mouth. A very Browning taste in my mouth.
That was a good one.
They obviously have pieces. They have weapons.
After today, they had pieces of Browning in their pants.
They were left in
Got
dispute.
him. Sorry.
Yes. So can Browning be a good quarterback in the NFL? Maybe. Who knows? Is he just a backup level dude? Most likely. But if they can make I don't know. I don't know who you get. After the way Russell Wilson played today, maybe the Giants need Winston to play there too. I don't know. I just feel like that was not sustainable today. You got Jamar Chase. You got to get on the ball. You can't just give it to the other team all the time. But yeah, at 2-1, and they could be 0-3 right now. Maybe should be 0-3 right now. They have positively regressed from the negatives from last year, only for the wheels to come off with Burrow getting hurt. I would feel more comfortable with Joe Burrow healthy and quarterbacking this team at 0-3 to make the playoffs than I feel right now at 2-1 for them to make the playoffs. The Browns are 1-2 right now, and I would even take the Browns over the Bengals to make the playoffs. Where these teams are at right now. Because, I mean, all week long, people were crowning the Packers. They could be the best team in the league this year. I think maybe even we talked about it last week. That Browns defense is... They're pretty good.
It's nasty.
They're not bad.
It's nasty, bro.
So all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, Browns, I wasn't familiar with your game. I'm impressed. Bengals, you left a shit taste in my mouth. I'm putting you on the list. Were you on the island? We'll find out. Maybe if they ever release the files. But for now, they're on my list at least. And I think Browning just threw another pick six.
Shout out to Isaiah Rodgers today, who had 2 defensive touchdowns for the Vikings.
And what was it? And a forced fumble? 2 forced fumbles in the first half? All in the first half.
So he had the pick six. He forced the fumble that he then scooped and scored.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Baller status. Do it all yourself, kid. I love it. You just need to start quoting Step Brothers every week. Different scenes. That's your new gimmick.
I'll have to come up with a different scene every week.
Exactly. That's
next week when Jameis Winston gets traded to the Bengals. Can we have bunk beds? Did we just become best friends? Are we going to have room for activities?
You're uncrossing off the Bengals.
If they, you can't tell me a Bengals fan wouldn't love, or maybe not a Bengals fan. They would rather have Burrow, but an NFL fan. I want to see Jameis Winston starting and having Jamar Chase to throw to. Fuck it, somewhere down there.
Absolutely.
I want to see it.
Come on, man.
I think one of my favorite tweets I've seen in the last week. Jameis Winston should just be all-time emergency quarterback for everybody.
Absolutely.
Just keep him on standby.
All time. Just all time. Come on, man.
Like, we're going to stop the game for 3 hours so his plane can get here.
Bro, he single-handedly made in late October last year, I think it was, or no, it might have been December. He made in early December a Browns-Broncos Monday night game incredibly watchable because he's just out there slinging that shit, bro. Yeah, if Jameis was on the Bengals, bro, perfect harmony. Okay.
It's fun.
Let's talk about certain things that we believe in. I'm going to go first, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in Justin Herbert, most valuable player. My son. Why hath he not forsaken me? Buddy, it only took, I don't know how long his career has been. I think this is year 5. It only took 5 years, but Justin Herbert, Nick, is finally coached by somebody who understands that he's fucking Justin Herbert, baby. Oh my God, my heart, be still, my beating heart. Now listen, they got up 10 points, and then the game got a little dicey for a minute. However,
they just wanted, it was science. Can we come back?
What would a Chargers game be if it wasn't up in the balance in the final 5 minutes? Right? I texted that to DJ today. He was like, another game that's going to be a 1-score game. in the final minutes. I don't know what to do. I was like, y'all are just the new Chargers, bro, except y'all win these now way more than the Chargers ever did. But in all seriousness, did you see the touchdown he had that tied the game to Keenan Allen, bro?
I think I did. Yeah.
Oh my God. So I still had that game on the small TV because I was, pleasuring myself watching the Cowboys get ground into dust today by my favorite football team, my favorite professional football team. And when Herbert did that, I legitimately stood off the couch. I was like, "Oh my!" I don't know if you how Collinsworth sometimes, or Tom Brady today when the Bears hit that flea flicker, they're moaning in the broadcast booth up there, like, "Oh, whoa!" When he did that, I was like, "Yeah." Also, Keenan Allen, hey man, I wish you were still on the Bears, kinda. Even because they got better weapons now without you, they replaced you with two other guys who are actually kind of fun and good, especially the dude they drafted. Shout out to the Bears having a guy that played today that was drafted that was good on this last draft class. Anywho, Keenan, I wish you would have worked with the Bears because you're an awesome player. Welcome back to the island of relevancy, back with the Chargers. He is balling. He looks like young again. My man's moving different out there. But hey, yeah, and they get the stop, they go down, they get the field goal. He's balling, bro. Herbert is playing at such a ridiculous level right now, and the Chargers are nasty. Their defense is sick, and what a win today. Just an incredible win. A game maybe that they shouldn't have won, but they controlled it early. The middle of the game was a bit weird, and then they found a way to stay with it. And if it wasn't for a couple deep shots that the Broncos hit, maybe this game was a little different, but regardless, they were able to find a way to win, and Herbert is awesome.
For the last 5 years as Dolphins fans, I think there's always been that question, would we have rather had Justin Herbert drafted instead of Tua? And the answer is usually yes, I feel like. But there's been question marks. Maybe not. This year, sign me up. 100% yes. And for most of the last 5 years, the answer should have been yes. Yeah, I like that one. I didn't have him on my list. I think I overlooked him because they should be. They should be on my list.
That's fine. We can.
If
we both had the same list, the show would be boring.
Yeah,
that's fine. Go ahead. What do you got? What's your first?
Now, it may have taken game-winning drives by the Baker, three straight games. So there may be some negative regression due for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I've got them on my list because I think, at least in the Texans game, they controlled that game. Texans were relevant at the end, basically. They just had to come back from a comeback. They were the better team that day, all day, I thought. Today, I appreciate the nostalgia, but those jerseys are hideous, and there's a reason they got rid of them at some point.
How dare you?
Yes.
Those are so dirty.
But yeah, even though they're winning close and it's taken late rallies, I feel like they've got the pieces there. And now I did see that Mike Evans is hurt. He might have to get an MRI or something. That's not great.
Yeah, he left in the third quarter with a hammy injury.
What is it? Abuka? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, he's a dog.
His stock's just continuing to skyrocket.
And hopefully they get Chris Godwin back in a few weeks.
Yeah. But yeah, after watching them do that, I have no issue saying that they are the favorite to win that division. Saints, we've already crossed them off. Panthers came out of nowhere today. Maybe. I thought they could be punchy this year. I've been disappointed the first couple weeks, but today I'm back on the Panthers might be punchy this year. And then we saw the Falcons, who I thought was going to be the team to push the Bucs this year, and they did week 1. What the fuck was that?
Brother.
So seeing all of the shenanigans going on in the division today, I feel more confident in saying that the Bucks, they should be safely in the playoffs after 3 weeks.
As someone holding a hypothetical Ravens Bucks 55-1 Super Bowl ticket in my $100 picks futures episode. Hey man, every week that goes by, I'm like the Bucks, baby. We're here.
We do know if that happens, there is only one possible outcome. You know what that is, right?
What's that?
The Ravens are leading with 2 minutes left.
Oh.
And here comes Baker.
And as much
and Lamar has to wait another year.
Lamar has to watch Baker walk him down. Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
From the 1 yard line.
From the 1? He's going to go full Elway? Jesus.
He's going to go full LA Rams.
Oh, yeah. Full, yeah.
Remember that game, Joe? I sure do.
You're still mad about it.
I'm still mad about it.
Why did we do a show on a Thursday again? It had to be that Thursday. You were so pissed.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember, that parlay was in such good shape. If the Raiders just hold on. They didn't hold on, Joe, and I'm still holding a grudge. But that's not as bad of a beat, I don't think, as some LA Rams ticket holders today.
Buddy.
I was this close to having the Rams on my list today. When it was 26-7, they would have 100% been on my list tonight.
Dude, I was going to come on here talking about how the Rams are going to win the title.
They may still be in the conversation, but that one just has to wait after everything that transpired after I said to you, Rams, greater than sign.
I have a quick take on them. I love him to death, but Matthew Stafford left a lot of meat on the bone today.
And honestly, to me, I feel like I haven't seen anything out of him this season that I'm like, oh yeah, that's Matt. That's Matthew. To me, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at stats. I'm not watching the game, but it's not impressing me. But then again, nothing on the offenses except for like Puka and Devontae occasionally. Although that was a heck of a play today.
They ran the ball incredibly well today. They were with both running backs. Kyron and Corum were both getting after it. It's just Stafford's making throws and he's making plays, but there's these certain moments like third down on a drive when there were like 3 or 4 drives in the game where they had to settle for field goals. And he'd make plays to get him down there, but then all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal from the 5. They run an out route to Devontae on the goal line, and he sails it. They're running an over with Naku on a 3rd and 7, and he sails it. Like, there's just a couple plays today that Stafford, it was like, God damn, man. Like, just leaving some meat on the bone. And because if some of those drives that ended in field goals end in touchdowns, like, they had 3 drives today. Like, they kicked field goals in the first half. So Cardi hit a 51-yarder. But then in the second quarter, 28-yarder and a 33-yarder. And then to end the half, he hits a 46-yarder. But if those other 2 drives, if those are both touchdowns, the game's fucking over at halftime. And then you don't have to worry about the Eagles all of a sudden, like, deciding to not run the triple option. I had some gnarly Eagles takes fired up too before they decided to find themselves.
Oh yeah.
I despise watching that team. They're still cheating. It's like the refs are. It's like Roger Goodell's an Eagles fan undercover. I don't get it, but whatever. People probably just say I'm biased.
He's moved on from Kansas City to Philly, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's bad. The Saints got called for a false start on a tush push today. Guess who didn't? Yeah, they did. They did. Guess who didn't? Yeah, you know who didn't. I believe. Oof. I have another one that's been really bolstering my chest and backpacky. especially after my rants the last 2 weeks, but we'll save that. I believe that the Green Bay Packers are front runners. They might be the best
Didn't
ones
look
of
at
this.
today. Certainly didn't look at today, but everybody can lose to the worst team in the league at some point in their tenure.
No. Not front runners like front runners to win the Super Bowl. As in front runners, as in when the going is good, when they've got a comfortable lead, when they're playing someone who's not pushing back. Ho hum dolly. Oh my goodness. Look at how much fun we're having. Jordan Love's just throwing crazy passes. Matt LaFleur is a genius. Oh my golly. We don't have an owner. We're publicly traded and your cousin owns the Green Bay Packers because they own a $10 share of stock. Hoo-wee Nelly. Jerry Jones gave us Micah Parsons for 12 cents on the dollar. But all of a sudden, y'all roll up to the crib or y'all roll up to the club and a bar fight breaks out and someone there who's got bigger muscles and they're taller than you and their voice is deeper, they start hitting on the Packers' girlfriend. All of a sudden, they don't want to fight back. They start getting hot in the collar because what happened today? They played a team with a mean-ass defense, and Myles Garrett's taller and bigger, and his voice is probably deeper, and they started hitting Green Bay in the mouth. And Green Bay all of a sudden scored 10 points. They couldn't put the game away. What the fuck was that they ran at the end of the third quarter when they didn't have to snap the ball? Instead, they did snap the ball because, ooh, I'm Matt LaFleur. Look at how cool my plays are. We're going to do something unconventional. And you got Jordan Love rolling out and getting his ass lit up for no damn reason. Ooh, I'm Jordan Love. Look at how cool I am. I'm so Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre coded. Throws a dumbass pick, which was a dumbass pick when it's 10-3. The legit moment he doesn't, like, they cannot afford something stupid to happen. It sets up Cleveland for a touchdown, tie game. I understand that they should have won it on the field goal, but it got blocked. It was a day for dumb special team stuff. And then they lose on a bajillion-yard field goal. Regardless, I say all that to say this. I know that last week I thought the Packers were the best team in the league, and I put them at number 1 in the Elite Eight, and they still might be. Guess what's going to happen next Sunday, Nick? We're going to come on here after they absolutely light the Cowboys on fire. Ooh-wee. Micah Parsons in Dallas out here had 4 sacks. The Cowboys got blown out by the Packers. Oh my goodness, Jordan Love had 300 yards and a billion touchdowns. Look at how good Josh Jacobs is running. But along the line, eventually, someone's going to come and punch the Packers in the face, and they're going to try to steal their lunch money. And just like the Packers do, they're probably going to cave because their quarterback's a front runner, their organization's a front runner, their coach is a front runner, and they always have been under LaFleur. I'm sorry, but those are just the facts. I rest my case.
I love it.
DJ, clip that shit. That was good. I felt good getting that off.
It's always you with some kind of vendetta against somebody in the NFC North.
Sometimes. Am I wrong, though?
No.
How many times have we talked about them losing these types of games? Like, man, they just weren't the tougher team today. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Not everything in the world went right for you. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't jump out to a 17-0 lead in 2 minutes against the Lions. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't play the Commanders who had, like, Jaden Daniels' worst game as a pro on a short week at home for your, like, if it's like, if everything doesn't go right for you, is that all of a sudden mean like you can't operate? You're on the road against a terrible team with a terrible offense. I understand the Browns defense is awesome, but geez, man, bring your lunch pail to work for a change, man. Have some pride. Because I've got because I'm mad at myself because I got hoodwinked. Because last week I was like, shit, they might legit be awesome. And then today happens. Come on, man.
Could be a blip. It could be a blip in the road, though. The best teams can have a shitty ass day.
I agree, but that's the thing that I'm getting at with the Packers. Like, they could be 11-1, and then but it don't matter. Sometimes sometimes that shit's in your blood, man. They could not lose a game until like the NFC title game, and then all of a sudden, whoa, Nelly, the other team's playing harder than we are, and the game didn't go perfectly how we needed it to operate. Like, are y'all going to have a game-winning drive late in the fourth quarter? Like, if shit's tough and you can't get bailed out by a weird dumb flag or something crazy, like if you can't have the game script go your way, are you going to be able to operate? Like, that's the stuff with me about them that annoys the hell out of me.
I think that's what impresses me the most about the Bucks and what Baker's and just
Fuck yes,
they've been able to do. It hasn't been pretty. It hasn't been perfect. They can lead all day, lose the lead at the end, and they find a way to win.
Half his offensive line's on the injured reserve list. They've got they're going to be calling you and me up to come play guard for them here in a week or two. And they're still out here balling. But the Packers, it was foggy out today. Sorry. I don't know. My coffee wasn't warm enough. Like, dude, fucking put your hard hat on. Go to work. Sorry. Go. What do you got next?
First week, that's pretty good. Second week, that's pretty good too. Week 3, sign me up for some Indiana Jones. The Texans are floundering. Jags, they're not quite sure. Like they're in it. They're in every game. I think they're 2-1. They're doing good. They're playing just fine. But there's just something special right now. That offensive line, Jonathan Taylor playing at an MVP level. Jones not turning the ball over, using his legs. When he's got protection, he's passing it well. Defense is playing pretty well. I like what I'm seeing in the Indianapolis Colts Lucas Oil Stadium.
Indiana Jones.
And Joe, I sense by the look on your face, you're not sold.
Here's what I learned today.
I'm buying in week 3. They could go 4-9 the next 13 games.
Exactly.
I'm signing up now. I'm making a stand.
This Daniel Jones, man. Look at his.
Like you're just waiting for the wheels to fall off. You really are.
I don't want. The problem is it's gonna they're gonna be 4-7, and I'm gonna be like, I tried to tell you, and I'm gonna feel bad at this point. But here is what I honestly thought today. God damn. When they actually have something of a livable, breathable, working human at quarterback, that offense is nice. Shane Steichen, I'm not trying to sit here and poo-poo the Daniel Jones thing. What I am trying, listen, we're going to turn him. He's happy, okay? He's happy. It's not a frowny face, okay? I'm just saying, what this has done so far, it's reaffirmed, it's given affirmation about all of my Shane Steichen priors. I thought the initial stuff that he did with Anthony Richardson was awesome and dynamic. And then Richardson got hurt, and Gardner Minshew and the Colts were a dropped pass away from possibly winning the AFC South 2 years ago. Last year, they went 8-9, and Joe Flacco started 3/4 of their games, or half their games. They bench Richardson, and I thought, Steichen, you're crazy. Y'all's jobs are on the line. Y'all need Richardson to work. But I honestly should just have believed in the fact that Steichen knew what he was doing. But I guess I was so out on Daniel Jones being an actual NFL quarterback anymore. And it's not like Jones is going crazy, but he's doing enough. And Jonathan Taylor is awesome, and their offensive line is awesome, and their defense does enough. Lou Anarumo is the guy who was at Cincinnati. He's now the DC in Indianapolis. He's got his mojo back. It's a good coaching staff. They're pulling all the right strings. That's what this 3 weeks has confirmed to me. And honestly, in that division, Houston's 0-3, and the Titans suck, and the Jags are just an enigma that of like it's every game's jag, like every game's Jag, every Jags game. They're the acid Jags, bro. As we've always said, every Jags game is an LSD trip. Maybe the Colts are going to win this division. I don't know, but so far so good. I do not hate you having them on the list of beliefs.
It's the AFC South, though. Shit can get weird real fast.
Hella weird, hella fast. Okay.
And that's what I had. Those are the teams I have on my lists.
Okay. A couple quick shout outs for the belief scale. I do believe the other side of that Packers game, I do believe in the Browns defense. Like, it's dirty. That defense playing the way it does, man, it's like confirmation on why the decision makers in that room should not get fired. Because, and Stefanski's an awesome coach. He always finds ways to keep them in it. Like, they don't know how to draft a goddamn quarterback, but Jesus Louises, they know how to evaluate talent on the defensive side of the ball because it's dirty. I don't know how long they're going to keep up being competitive, but because even that Ravens game last week was competitive until like shit got weird late.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man, but they're certainly not the worst team in the league like I thought they were going to be. They might end up being 4-13 at the end of the year. Who knows? But I definitely don't think they're. I don't think they're going to all of a sudden win 8 games, but they are. They're not terrible. Oh, I believe in the NFC West just being a bloodbath. Shout out to Mac Jones and the San Francisco 49ers snatching victory from the jaws of defeat today. Did you see how that game ended?
Yeah.
It was 13-13.
Mm-hmm.
Holding
in the end zone for a safety.
The Niners got pinned, and they got a hold in the end zone to give Arizona the lead. Arizona just needs 2 first downs to end the game. They can't get them, and then Mac Jones goes down the field, leads a game-winning field goal drive, and the Niners win. The Niners are 3-0. Everyone in that division is 2-1 or better. And my Seattle Seahawks, holy shit, they were the Polish hammer today. Imagine if Sam Darnold didn't get his own tackles ass rammed into him in week 1. Maybe they'd be 3-0. Regardless, like the Niners are 3-0, and like they're losing a player every 5 drives due to injury. Like, it's insanity. So I just don't think that it's going to keep going the way it's gone so far for them. But regardless, that division is sick, and it's loaded, and it's 4 good teams. And if you told me that 4 teams from the NFC West made the playoffs, or how about this? If you set the over-under at 2.5, I would take the over. I think at least 3 teams are going to get in as of right now.
You think 3 in that division?
I think so. And
so
this is coming from somebody.
You had the 49ers missing the playoffs initially, right?
I did. They were at the beginning of the year, I kind of had this anyway, but I think the Niners have shown to me their defense is much better. The only thing I'm worried about with the Niners and Kyle Shanahan, bro, like, hey, man, people got to stop. Like, listen, this isn't even a Purdy or Mac Jones thing, but like, hey, that dude could have this mouse. That dude could have this mouse out there throwing passes, and he would have like a 75 quarterback rating. He just keeps finding ways to do shit with people that just continue to die. And maybe like their defense is way better than I could have imagined. And Bob Saleh being back as a DC has something to do with that. So I believe in the NFC West. My last take. Oh, baby. I believe that the Chicago Bears are going to. No, I'm just kidding. I believe that the Chicago Bears got the best quarterback and the best wide receiver in the 2024 draft class. Holler at your boy. Let's just go into perspective. Perspectives here, folks. Let's start with the wide receiver because that one's not as deep Deep State as the quarterback one. Rome Odunze goes 9th. And here's the thing. After week 1, I was starting to become a skeptic on if Rome Odunze was good or not. But the last 2 games, my man took the braids out. He has gone full fro. And Rome Odunze is on a heater, ladies and gentlemen. The prodigal son. Because let's look at the receivers in that draft class. Marvin Harrison Jr. goes 4th. Boys and girls, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a bad football player. Sorry to break it to you. Malik Neighbors went 6th. Malik Neighbors out here has like 1 catch per 2,000 diamonds in his chain and his teeth tonight. Like, Jesus Louises. My man's got help. My man was all dripped out for a Sunday night game, had the chain that said leak on it. So big enough and in a spot where everyone could see it. And then he had the grills. Like, hey, bro, my man was all dripped, and that man had 2 catches tonight. Congratulations, Malik Neighbors. Brian Thomas Jr., he's dead. He had a good play at the end of today's game, but, I mean, listen, Brian Thomas Jr. has, become a corpse recently. Ladd McConkey hasn't had the greatest start to a year, regardless, blah, 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 all that other stuff. Rome Odunze, we're back. And lastly, Caleb Williams. All right, listen, Nick, you've thrown subtle jabs, and I know you're just saying it to say it. Everyone this week's going to say, it was the Cowboys. And the Cowboys suck. If anybody would have done that. Listen. Outside of the first drive against Minnesota, he was incredibly sporadic. But I swear, and this is not coping, I know they lost by 31 last week, but when you watch him down to down, Caleb was pretty good. And I say that as somebody who actually watched because I am a psychopath. I watch every offensive play of film for the Bears, and I've done that for the last 4 seasons because I have a problem. And because a guy I watch on YouTube does Bears film breakdowns because gets a lot of traffic. And boy, oh boy, their quarterbacks are polarizing. Regardless, shout out to the QB school. Last week, Caleb was good. They were in 2nd and 30 4 times last week. It was atrocious. The game became yakety sacks. People this week were making takes I think he's only got a few more starts before he goes to Bajan. In a game, they gave up 52 points. Caleb was not the problem. And today, my son, heroes, heavens to Betsy. I get it was I get it was Dallas. I get that. But Jesus Louises, man. They were well coached. They were dialed in. Ben was in his bag, and Caleb Williams made throws today that reminded this dude's such a freak, one-of-one level athlete. I don't know what his ceiling is going to be at the end of the year, and it's going to continue to take time for this thing to mesh and him to be the final form of himself. I dropped the slinky. I dropped the take slinky.
Oh, not the slinky.
The take slinky got dropped. That's how hot the stove is right now. But he's making these throws. It's people just forget that he's in year 2 with a new coach. That's a complicated system, but he makes these plays, man. And you just watch the tape, and I get it. It was Dallas, whatever. But dude, he's it. He is everything that Bears fans have wanted ever. And today was awesome, and it was fun. And it just constantly annoys me, the conversations people have about him, because they hold him to this standard that's stupid, and it's reprehensible. But I get it. They're the Bears, and he's polarizing, and the Bears are polarizing. But today was fun, and Caleb's is a demon. Here's the thing about the best quarterback in the draft class. I know everybody waxed poetic about Drake May, a guy who won 1 game in the National Football League before this season, and everyone was saying how the Patriots were going to win 11 games this year because Drake May is mini Josh Allen or whatever. Suck my ass. Drake May has never been better than Caleb Williams a day in his life of football, and I'm a Drake May guy. I like Drake May. But again, I get it was Dallas. But has Drake May had a game in the NFL as good as Caleb had today? Even against shitty teams? No, didn't think so. JJ McCarthy, he's dead already. He's got an ankle injury. Congratulations. You had a fourth quarter comeback in week 1 against the Bears. If that fourth quarter didn't happen, people would think you were one of the 5 worst quarterbacks in the league. But hey, good on you. Who else was in that draft class? Bo Nix. Bo Nix was going to win MVP this year, everyone told me. The Broncos are going to make the Super Bowl. Bo Nix has been terrible this season so far, and last year his numbers were ridiculous. Jaden Daniels, last year he was amazing. I'll give you that one. He was hurt today. We'll see. The jury's out, I guess. On long term for Jaden Daniels, his last game when they played the Packers on the Thursday night, he was really bad. But I think give me the guy I drafted long term. We will see, though. That's just me being biased. And then lastly, Michael Penix, who I like. But did you watch him today? Disaster. So, yeah, that's my take. I need to find the take, Slinky. Your thoughts on the Bears and my Caleb takes, because I think they're foolproof. And listen, I say all that to end with this. If they win next week and they're 2-2, they go into the bye. It's going to be much easier to forget about about weeks 1 and 2. Let's just put it that way. Your thoughts on my irrational Caleb Williams opinions?
I was very happy that I started Caleb Williams in DFS today. I stacked him with Odunze, actually, because I felt like Odunze's been good and Dallas's defense has been bad. If Russell Wilson can do that, maybe Caleb can do that.
Maybe he can.
So my science said that was a good decision. We'll see if it pans out next week, whoever Dallas plays. It's the Packers. So load up on your Jordan Love and your Packers offense, right? But yes, Bears. I loved what I saw today. They made the Cowboys look silly. Offensively, they looked really good. I feel like they've had games every couple months where they look like they could be really good, and then they go right back to being shitty. I loved that. There was another tweet that I saw. I find lots of good ones.
Is it about the timeouts?
And Matt Eberflus?
I have that loaded up. Do you want me to read it for you?
Yeah, read it.
Oh, this is good. The
one I saw had a picture of Matt Eberflus in a post-game press conference as the DC in Dallas, which I didn't realize he was there.
Yeah, he is.
So that was fun that he had to witness that today.
Oh, trust me. Today was much even sweeter because after the first drive, the Bears go 3 and out. Listen, and here's the thing. Caleb still has flaws, folks. He still has some inaccuracy issues. Like the first play of the game, they ran a play action deep corner to Colston Loveland, and he fucking sailed it into the 9th row. He still does shit that's like, God damn it, bro. Like they were driving late first half. It was a drive. They took the 17-14 lead. They do a little quick play action. He throws it back to Zacchaeus on 3rd and goal from like the 10, and it's going to be a little screen to get him going, and he skips it. He one-hops a screen pass. Caleb still does stuff that infuriates me, but we're getting there. He's working out the kinks. Back to the Eberflus thing. After the first drive, they go 3 and out. Eberflus is all fired up, and listen, well, maybe Eberflus wasn't one of the coaches that was a part of the anonymous source parade of all the ex-Bears people who got fired that was trashing Caleb Williams. I don't know, but regardless, there's a lot of coaches in his defensive staff that were on the Bears last year. So I enjoyed watching the Bears shove it straight up all their fucking asses today. Fuck all those dudes. Anywho, here's the greatest tweet of all time. Ben Johnson didn't use any timeouts during today's game against the Cowboys. This was a subtle nod to former head coach Matt Eberflus, who was on the other sideline for Dallas. Huzzah. But listen, the Bears could lose next week, and maybe I'll come on here screaming again. Probably not, because here's the thing. After last week, the season moved in my mind, which, again, it was infuriating because it's like, I thought this team could be punchy. And once again, I hate that so quick into the season, the narratives had to change. But regardless, the season it's about Ben and Caleb's development more than wins and losses. Now, granted, today winning the way they did especially, and the defense has 6 dudes hurt right now. their three best players on the defense, which is their starting corner, their nickel corner, and one of their linebackers, they're all hurt. It's a mash unit. Their defensive line is overpaid and nobody can get to the quarterback. But they forced 4 turnovers today, and they held Dallas, whose offense has been good, to 14 points. So I will take it. But the Bears, Ben and Caleb progressing, and they're well coached, and they're executing in a way. That's the stuff to me that matters right now. And today, it's more than just Caleb's numbers. It's more than the points they scored. It's the strides they made that made me go, oh, yeah, this is going to work, and it's going to work for a long time. That was the win today, more than the fact that they just beat the brakes off Dallas. It was because of the progression, and it was very good to see. I had one other thing in my brain that I was gonna say or talk about that I can't. God damn it. Oh, there was another thing real quick too. Like another reason why I'm sold on Ben Johnson. Like this week during the press conferences, Ben Johnson was talking about practice habits, and we don't practice like a championship team, and talking about guys' effort. I bag on DeAndre Swift every week. I think he's a terrible player as a running back, but there were a couple plays he made today, including the first touchdown to Rome Odunze, where he steps up and picks up a guy in pass protection, and they're able to get the playoff to Odunze down the sideline. Tyreek Stevenson, remember him last year? He's their only starting corner that's healthy right now. And do you remember what he was famous for last year, Nick? He was famous for celebrating against Washington right before their season basically got lit on fire. You can say a lot of the type of stuff that Ben Johnson was saying during the week was about guys like Tyreek Stevenson. And Tyreek Stevenson absolutely fucking balled today. He was great as a rookie. Last year, before the season turned on its head, he was good. And then all of a sudden, once that play happened in Washington, it's like the season died and he became a terrible football player. Today was his best game in over a year. And like, I don't know if you saw this. It was the first drive for Dallas. Javonte Williams breaks a run down the sideline. Stevenson hawks him down and rips the ball out to force a fumble while falling out of bounds. And he was just making plays all day. So like that type of stuff, it's why I'm sold on what Ben Johnson does. I'm sold on Caleb, is because it's a multitude of those things. It's not just the stats. It's not just the points they score. It's the little things. Like last year's coaching staff did not hold players accountable. Ben Johnson's been preaching stuff like that all week, and guess what? DeAndre Swift comes out with good effort, and Tyreek Stevenson has one of his best games in a long time. That is Bears Corner with Joe Winkle on the Educated Ignorance podcast. All right, you ready to guess some lines?
Let's do it.
Don't you just hate when I wax poetic about the Bears every week? Do you like it? Do you like it when they're more irrelevant or when they're entertaining so you get content from me? What do you like more?
Content's good, man. Content is king.
It's good. A part of me wishes that you were more boisterous so you could come on here and spew like insidious Dolphins takes. But the Dolphins, right? But the thing is, the Dolphins aren't polarizing.
I've never been a hot take guy. I don't have it in me. I can't organize my thoughts well enough to package something together like you do. I don't have that gift.
Sometimes it's just the things I think about in my head. But the Dolphins also aren't polarizing. So I'm fired up because I got to hear this shit. Like I have to hear these toxic takes about the team I care about every week, all week. No one's talking about the fucking Dolphins right now. They did a few years ago, and I think you and I both got our game off when they got embarrassed in the playoffs. So that's fair. Okay, guess the lines. Did you win again last week?
I think I did. I think I did really well.
I did not keep score. Whoops. I won week 2.
You didn't keep score last week?
I kept score, but I didn't write it because I'm a dick. NJD 1, 2, 3.
I feel like I beat you by 2 or 3.
4 draws. Joe had 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, you beat the brakes off me last week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-4 to 4 last week. Which brings the total on the season. You're up 2 to, or no, it is now 1 to 1 to 1 because we tied week 1. So we're tied on the board again. And you won 8, so you have 19 to 17 to 12.
I have the lead overall.
19, 17 to 12, yes.
Okay.
1-1-1 series. Oh, no, not Siri. Okay. So, week number 4. Guess the lines. An interesting week. Now listen, last week we looked at this and said low-key some bangers, and guess, even though it turned out to be some backup palooza today, honestly, Nick, was the most fun noon slate. Like the witching hour today, I literally thought both of my TVs were going to catch fire.
Another tweet I saw in the first half of the noon window was like, "This is the worst. This is the worst noon slate ever." Oh, you spoke too soon.
Bro, not even the witching hour, the witching half hour. From 2:30 to 3 today, I thought all of my electronic devices were going to explode. I'm texting you. I'm in 9,000 group chats. The quad box is literally doing disco spins. The red zone on the other television is like blowing up. Oh boy, I was sweating. It was a great time. All right, Thursday night. This is a good one. Joe's favorite division. I might call off this week for the Golden Ticket Show to watch this game. Seattle, Arizona in the Big Toaster. Shout out to Chris Berman. Important game.
Tough blow for the Cardinals today. They lost James Conner for the year.
Yeah,
Snapped an
T's
ankle.
and P's. T's and P's to James Conner. Because that looked bad. He got carted off, and they've already said season ender.
Yeah. I'm going to go Seahawks on the road. I'm going to take them. And I'm going to go 2.5. I think I could maybe go higher, but I'm going to go 2.5.
So here's the thing. I thought the same thing. I said Seattle 1.5 because I was thinking they were dogs on the road against Mac Jones-led Niners team. Why would they be favored, even though at home against the Seahawks, who won today by 1,000? But this is in the tic-tac zone, but it's the other way. Cardinals by 1.5. Maybe it's the short week thing. So it's Vegas saying that Seattle is
still power rated higher,
but not as much as we think.
Wow.
I think maybe how much do you think?
I didn't watch the Cardinals today and say, man, I'm inspired by them, and I think that they can be favored at home next week against Seattle. I certainly didn't get that vibe watching them today.
I still like the Cardinals. They're a bit annoying. They're like infuriating at times. I don't look at today's game and like, oh, terrible loss, even though Mac Jones was the quarterback on the other team. Because I think the Niners are much better than I ever anticipated. And Kyle, it's a testament to their coaching staff, and like they have high-level players still.
Yeah.
But I am still shocked too that Arizona's favored. Do you think that these Thursday games, like because it's the short week, do you think that might have anything to do with how the line gets adjusted sometimes? Because I'm wondering that if sometimes like that it's like a weird power rating handicap because it's a Thursday night home game, obviously a home game, but you know.
I feel like that could be a thing for the total. There was always that meme, you know, not really a meme, but it's kind of gone away over the years. But Thursday night games used to be the shit games.
They were always terrible.
Low scoring. They're on short weeks, low on practice, not 100%. They're just lower scoring. I would maybe say there's some of that. I don't know if I would handicap a team any different because they're both in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
Unless a team had a bye and they're playing on Thursday night and the other team doesn't, I'd probably weigh that differently. But now for this, I don't know if I would think that in any way. But yeah, that's interesting. Cardinals at home favored. Okay, I'll take my loss.
You're a humble man.
Doing my best.
He's a humble man. Next up, we have our first international football game. Dublin, Ireland, your first game ever. And Dublin, Ireland, you will get Carson Wentz and you will like it. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can you guess how many ayahuasca trips will Aaron Rodgers have while sightseeing in Europe?
Oh. Vikings, Steelers, and Ireland. So let me think. Vikings are 2-1, right? Do you have
Correct.
As are the Steelers.
Also correct. Shout out to the Patriots and 5 turnovers today against Pittsburgh.
Woof. And shout out to the Vikings. 5 turnovers. Forced, yeah.
Might have been 6.
I'm gonna go Vikings here. And I'm gonna go 3.5.
Whoa. They might know it's 2 points, and I'm 2.5 plus 1.5. Yeah, so I'm way more off.
Are the Steelers favored?
No, I had Steelers 2.5.
Oh, okay.
It's Vikings 1.5. So we were both on the opposite side.
2 plus. Okay.
Have we ever both missed so bad in the opposite direction?
But I was just a little bit closer, at least.
Yeah.
And I had the team right. I'll put that feather in my cap.
Maybe that would have been a tiebreaker if we tied, but we were both on the wrong side. Like, at least you got the right team favored.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not shocked. I don't know. I just don't see. God damn it. Now, Joe, Nick, tell me to not fucking put money on the fucking. Tell me to not put money on the international games. Tell me to not do it.
Don't do it, Joe. Don't do it.
Because I just don't. I mean, I know you just said 3.5, so you're different. I don't. Why are the Vikings? I understand. So, what do you think? Why would you think the Vikings should be favored by 3.5? Are you just incredibly low on Pittsburgh?
No, I'm not. I feel like now I haven't looked at the box score from today. I know the defense was so lights out and probably accounted for just about everything. But let me take a look.
It's half defense being good, half the Patriots can't get out of their own way.
Okay, and I'm looking at Wentz. Didn't turn the ball over.
You're talking about Minnesota. You're talking about Minnesota. Sorry, I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about Pittsburgh.
Nope. Looking at the Vikings here. So to me, I see that Carson Wentz was extremely competent today. Not blowing not crazy or anything. Jordan Mason had a hell of a day. Ran wild.
He's good.
So I look at it where Carson Wentz is an upgrade over JJ McCarthy at this point in his career. That was kind of the deciding factor for me, where I know the Vikings, their defense is good. Wentz probably gives them a higher ceiling at this exact moment in a 2-start career for JJ McCarthy after how the first 2 went, where he had 1 quarter out of 8 that were good.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
So that was the main thing here. The Steelers, I mean, I've been more impressed than not impressed with them so far this season. That week 1, I thought, wow, is old Aaron Rodgers back? Maybe a little bit, but he played well enough today, I guess. So yeah, that's mainly my reasoning. The upgraded quarterback for now, and Wentz is a serviceable backup.
They came off scoring 48 today, so I get it, I guess. I have a feeling that line might switch. I'm interested to see how that'll move throughout the week.
Yeah.
All right. Sunday S tier. Our first? Is it the first one this year that we have? Come on now. That was the totals. No. Nope. Yep, this is it. The first time this season, my friend, that we have 2 games in the Sunday S tier. It is a special occasion. It is only brought out every now and then. But we have a Sunday S tier double dip, and it starts first with the Philadelphia Eagles going on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Eagles, Bucks. Do I have enough faith in the Bucks to keep them a favorite at home? I don't know if I do. I wish the Rams could have just, won 26-7 today. That would have made this pick a lot easier.
It would have, right?
I'll go Eagles 1.5.
Okay. It is. I had Eagles 3.5.
2.5 was my other guess.
And it is Eagles 3.
Okay, so I should have gone 2.5. Shoot. Okay.
I can respect this line.
Yeah.
Right now.
Sounds about right.
However, I think maybe this is a stay away. Maybe it's a stay away. Part of me wants to take Baker and the points at home. Part of me thinks maybe they're due for some regression. Plus, this might be the perfect game for their offensive line to get a little bit picked apart. We'll see. Next up. Wow. Okay. That's a line I wasn't expecting on a different game than the one I'm talking about now. Coming up next, other Sunday S tier, Baltimore, Kansas City. If the Ravens lose tomorrow night, this game gets really interesting because then all of a sudden it's the loser is 1-3. So, hey. Baltimore versus Kansas City.
In KC.
In KC.
Oh, shit. I'll be at the Cup race at Kansas Speedway while that's going on next week.
How about you? So you're saying till next week we're just going to talk about the Kansas race, and then
we'll see if I'm home by 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Or I might have to do the show from the car.
Ha! Wouldn't that be something? I'll get Steve to do the show with me next week. Steve's just everyone's backup now.
There you go. I could send you my picks for lines.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Or I guess we could do Monday night after the Dolphins Jets prime time. Bloodbath.
Game of the year.
Game of the year.
The Tank Bowl.
God damn, this is tough. Ravens 1.5.
Yeah, you got it. I lied. This was what made me go, holy shit. It is Ravens -3.
Vegas is finally saying, like, all right, Chiefs. We're not favoring you at home all the time by default anymore.
This shows that remember last week when I said that I think the Ravens and the Bills are just at a different level of power rating? This confirms it. Because last week the Eagles were 1.5 point favorites against the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. The Ravens getting an entire field goal or like laying an entire 3 in KC. Yeah, the Bills and the Ravens are on a different tier of power rating compared to the rest of the league right now. Which I get. I totally understand. And if the Ravens win tomorrow by margin, then that's only going to continue to go up. But I don't know. Real quick. Tomorrow, I'm excited. I'm incredibly excited for that game tomorrow because I actually kind of don't really know what's going to happen. If you told me that the Ravens defense sucks and the Lions lit them up, I would be like, I can see it. If you told me the Ravens are a juggernaut and the Lions kind of got put in a blender again, I could see that. If you just told me the game was a back and forth bludgeoning light show on offense like the Ravens Bills game was. I could believe that. Where are you at for that game?
Okay, repeat it again one more time. Just the game you were talking about. I was dazed, staring at a tweet.
Oh, sorry. The Ravens Lions game
Oh,
tomorrow
okay,
night.
okay. Oh, okay, for tomorrow night because I okay, yeah.
You're good.
It's hard to say. I'll probably dive in tomorrow and find some places to lay some money on it, but
Are you excited to see the game? Are you
oh
excited?
yeah, I'm excited for it. I hope it's a shootout.
It could be.
I hope it's not a defensive, like somebody's defense figures somebody out.
I was saying, like, if you you could tell me any outcome and I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly. Yeah, either team winning a shootout or one team blowing out the other by a couple touchdowns. I could see that going either way either.
because what if Baltimore's defense is just actually bad?
Yeah. I would probably lean Ravens,
I think so too.
but yeah, it's what's the line at for that one tomorrow? I haven't even looked. Remember.
It's been bouncing. It's in the Vegas zone. It's been bouncing back between 5.5 and 4.5 all
wow.
week.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've doubted the Lions, and I'm not saying I'm doubting them, but tough task tomorrow on the road.
They
Tough
can
task.
certainly gain people's trust.
If they do win tomorrow, then I will be back in on like, okay, they're like legit. Not that I was out, but like, okay, week 1 was just circumstance more than
Yeah.
they've massively regressed. Not that I think they massively, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Next up, Happy Cat Dance. Only 2 in this one. First one. Hey, you believe in them? I believe in them for the rankings and guess the lines. The Indianapolis Colts going to take on the Los Angeles Rams in LA.
Big test for Indiana Jones. Really good defense to go against. No 19-point lead will be safe.
No shit.
I will go Rams here. Should I actually take Rams to be plus 3.5 for the memes for those impacted today?
just chalk one for the just take an L for the vibes for the LOLs and guess the lines.
I saw somebody's ticket. It's insane. It was a $30,000 ticket to win $1.7 million on a parlay.
Buddy, I would. This is why I don't gamble.
And do you know what the leg was that lost it?
I can imagine.
Granted, one of the legs pushed. Chargers -3, so it wouldn't have been a full 1.7.
That's so brutal.
But that would be shitty. Granted, if you're betting $30,000, I don't feel that bad for you.
No, because you definitely have disposable income.
Yeah, or you deserve it, and you probably need to call 1-800-BETS off.
Yeah, I have a phone number for you, bud.
But I'm gonna go Rams here, and we're gonna go 3.5. They're probably they should be at just ever so slightly at another tier than the Colts right now. Rams have been there, done that. It's been a long time since the Colts have been an in team.
I hate when you're good at this. It is 3.5. I had 4.5.
Nice.
It is 2-3. You've got 3. Oh yeah, you've won the last 2.
That'll be a hell of a road trip though for Indy. Big test.
It will be.
Honestly, I am kind of surprised that it isn't a little higher. Because again, you would expect maybe somebody like Daniel Jones is also due for some regression. But I'll take the W.
If they win next week, I will just fully be on the train. I'll be like, all right, they're legit. They're legitimately good. I wouldn't say they're a Super Bowl contender, but I would legitimately say they're good. Not that I'm not saying they're good. You get what I mean, right? You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not like saying they're not good, but
They weren't on your list. That's all. But they might be after that.
yeah, they might. They're probably going to get, especially because they won today by like margin. Like last week, they won because the refs had Indianapolis Colts money line. This week, the Titans suck, but winning by margin in any way, shape, or form in the NFL is impressive, folks. Don't get it twisted. The fact that they went in there and absolutely ass blasted Tennessee, the way they did, even though Tennessee's terrible, like tip of the cap. Next up, last one in the Happy Cat Dance one, a fascinating football game. Mac Jones versus the team that continues to find ways to shoot themselves in the nuts. The Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to San Francisco.
That's the interesting. That's the interesting thing to me. They keep shooting themselves in the nuts, but they are 2-1, and they've still found ways to shoot themselves in the nuts and still win.
And they should be 3-0 because they got actually screwed by the refs last week.
Yeah, you should not lose if you have 3 interceptions from your defense on a backup quarterback. You just shouldn't lose.
No.
I will take the 49ers here. It's hard to trust any East Coast, West Coast team when they're traveling, just out of principle. And the Jaguars are not a team that I would trust yet out of principle for that. So we're going to take the 49ers, and I'm going to go 4.5.
Okay. I said 5.5. It is 3.5.
Oh, I snuck one out.
You did. You did. You did. Next up, mid but still watchable. Washington versus Atlanta. Do I know why I have this game on the list? I don't. Up here, I mean, it could be fun.
It
Last year
should
was
be
good.
if the Falcon if we didn't watch the Falcons today, this game would feel a little more important.
Exactly. If the Falcons would have won today, it would have been it probably would have made Happy Cat Dance.
This would be a classic. Oh, this might be a wild card showdown later in the year.
Yeah, because the game last year in Washington on Sunday Night Football was awesome. Penix's first start, and today they were just so bad. My heart hurt. Washington, wow. Officially putting the Raiders on the no bet list by absolutely pantsing them, even with Marcus Mariota starting.
Say no Jaden Daniels, no problems.
Their run game was good. Doesn't matter who it is. So yeah, shout out to them. So Washington in Atlanta.
I'm going to take Commanders on the road. And 2.5.
I knew you were going to say that. You got it right. It's 2.5. I said 3.5. You're beating my ass again.
I thought about going 3.5. But I thought, you know what? They're not going to want to put too much stock into today. Because that was just kind of that could be an outlier for both teams. Like you don't expect Marcus Mariota to do that,
right? You're just more measured than I am. I guess I don't know. Next up, am I wrong for having this game in mid but still watchable? Maybe. Cleveland at Detroit.
If this game comes down to a 20-13, I consider that a win for the Browns, even if it doesn't cover a spread, if it doesn't win any bets. If they lose by less than a touchdown, or maybe they win it some crazy way like today.
These are the types of games, though, that that Detroit absolutely wins by 1 billion.
So I'll take Lions by 1 billion.
There you go. Well, you didn't get this one, bud.
No, I'm gonna go. I will go Lions though. I said a touchdown, so I better go. I'll go 7.5. You lose by 7, and you cover.
We're back on the board, baby. I said 8.5. It is 8.5.
There you go. Good work.
I feel good about that one. Might be. Is it the highest spread that's ever been in the mid but still watchable category? The world may never know. Next up, Carolina versus New England. Honestly, Carolina winning allowed them to get the Jurassic Park bump. They graduated for this week. Impressive showing by them. Bryce looked punchy. Nice to know that they like the second half of last week's game. I was wondering if the Panthers were going to just be graduated from generally bad team to good garbage time team in the second half. No, today they actually showed up. They played a good game. The defense locked in, and everything worked. So good for them. Makes me think that they are actually a functional football team today. And then the Patriots, tough, just not great. 5,000 turnovers. A couple weird, dumb Drake May plays. I don't know. I guess I just wish their offense was more consistent. But what can you do?
Today definitely confirmed for me that I would put the Panthers in like the 6 to 7 win category instead of the 4 or
2
5.
to 4 win category. Yeah.
Yeah, where 5 might be your ceiling. Maybe
I agree.
it's a 4 now.
Yeah. Game is in New England. Rematch of Super Bowl. Shit, I don't know the number, but it was a good one.
I just know it was 2004.
I just know it was the one where
season.
J-Lo had her bra ripped off.
Jake, daylight come and you gotta dello.
An amazing football game.
Panthers, Patriots. Whew. I'm going to take the Patriots at home here. Patriots are what? Both teams are 1 and 2, right?
Correct, sir.
Yeah, we'll go Patriots here, and we'll just call it 2.5. Home cooking.
Wow. No respect for the fighting Vrabels. This is one I thought
should I have given them more?
A little bit. I said 5.5. It is 4.5.
Okay. So I needed to give them 1 to at least tie.
4 to 2. We are tied. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
I was the Rams. You were the Eagles.
I lied. 5-4. 5-4.
Who has 5?
You.
Whew.
But hey.
You're running them down.
Usually it's the opposite way.
I usually give you the head start.
Yeah, usually I get the spreads right in the good games, and then in all the shitty games, you just mop up, and then I'm fucking like, what the fuck? Look at these turntables. Next up, mid but still watchable, Chicago on the road against the Raiders.
Raiders are just kind of spiraling, I feel like.
Getting very weird, very fast.
Yeah. Unless you're Trey Tucker.
Holy garbage time. A garbage time king, some would say.
I'm going to go, we're taking the Bears on the road here. Not by much, so we'll go 2.5 again.
It is, I said 1.5 Vegas. It is 1.5 Vegas.
Okay. All right.
I think this is a game that the line's going to teeter a bit. I think this is going to bounce back and forth all week. The Bears are going to be very public this week, A, because they're coming off the win, and B, because the Raiders they've lost 2 straight games and they have not looked good in either one of them. So I think this will flip eventually, and could flip multiple times. But this kicks off next week. You'll be probably the one that's more right than I am right now. All right, we're tied going into the final or going into the back third. All right, Jurassic Park poop meme, big pile of shit. You know what it is. Bills hosting the New Orleans Saints.
Should have been Saints at home. Then we could at least have a road dog by 1 million. But Dolphins were what, 12.5 point dogs?
They were.
Do they surpass that? They have to. You can't tell me that somebody would look at the Saints roster and be like, yeah, that's better than the Dolphins. So God, that's a shit ton of points though. I'll give him an extra one. I'm gonna go Bills 13.5.
You and I had the same thought process. Basically the same thought process. Like, okay, what was the Dolphins game?
Dolphins
Don't
would
go,
be favored against the Saints.
don't go too high. Don't go too high because the Dolphins covered and they're probably going to adjust the rating a little bit. Nope, they did not. So you said Buffalo minus the rare 13.5 point line that we tie on, and we're both still a field goal off. Hold your breath, everybody.
Oh shit.
In week 4, the Buffalo Bills are favored by 16.5 at home against the New Orleans Saints.
Dear God. I
Hide
can't
the
remember.
children.
I cannot remember what game it was. It was in 2021, I think. And I remember this because my wife and I went to Kansas City for the weekend. Yeah, it was 21 because it was our like 10-year 10-year anniversary since we started dating or whatever. And there was a Texans game that year where they were a 16.5 or a 17.5 point underdog to the Rams. And I remember this because I probably had some action on that game somewhere. And I had an eye on my phone throughout the day. And it was one of those deals where the Rams were up like 35-0 and the Texans score like 18 points at the end and they cover. Or they miss it by a point or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I remember, damn, that was a high-ass spread, and they fucking backdoored it.
Well, speaking of the
Texans, I have to look it up because I want to see how much my memory is correct.
Well, you remember a couple of years later, that Dolphins team from 2 years ago, they were favored by like 14.5 at home against Houston, and Miami got out to a huge lead, and then they were up 30-0, and then they completely called the dogs off, and Houston backdoored it. That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago? Okay.
Yeah, it was Miami. I don't know if they actually backdoored it, but they came close.
Okay. But yeah, I just looked.
Yeah.
October 31st, 2021. Rams were up 38-0 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Easy cover, right, Joe?
Easy, you would think.
Texans outscored them 22-0 in the quarter, 16 point. They covered it by 1.5 or a half a point, whatever.
Some teams play the full 60. They signed up for 60 minutes, Nick.
Good teams win. Or no, what is it?
Good teams win, great teams cover.
Yeah. Rams didn't cover that day.
They did not.
They were the 6-1 Rams going into that day.
Shout out to the Rams.
I want to say that was Davis Mills at quarterback too. Was it? Let's see.
It could have been.
Was.
Oh yeah, it could have been. It could have been his rookie year.
Wait.
Yeah, there you go. Nothing but neck. Nothing but neck. 16.5. Hide the children.
Oh man, whatever happened to that guy? Philip Lindsay was on the Texans that year.
He was good when he was in Denver.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this for a 16-point tease?
Damn.
I'm going to bring the Bills down to 0.5, and I'm going to put the Lions from -8.5 to +7.5.
Oh, you and your fucking teasers.
Can I tell you? Hey, are you ready for this one? Hey,
at -7,000 odds.
No. The tease that I had this week was plus money, bro.
No, I'm saying if you actually tease something down 16 points, I'd be like, okay, those odds are going to be like -800 for the two.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, here, are you ready for a hilarious teaser beat? This is why you don't do teasers, folks. Guess what your boy did? Your boy decided to tease 3 games this week. 7
Tell
points.
Me which ones.
7 points. He teased the Texans to +8.5. Never a doubt.
Yep.
Texans lost, but they were never going to lose by 2 scores. He teased the Seahawks down from 7.5 to 0.5. All they had to do was win. You know what they did, Nick? They won in 2 minutes. You said time of death, 3:35 p.m. Eastern time or Central time. Take a wild guess who the third team in the teaser was. Just take a guess.
Let me look at the schedule from today really quick.
Oh boy, you're overthinking it.
Was it
You're
the Cowboys?
God, no. Let me just put it this way. I teased them from 7.5 to a half, where all they had to do was win. Take a wild fucking guess
The
who
Falcons?
it was. Nope, you're still not wrong. You're still overthinking it.
Uh.
Take a wild guess who it was. Who was such an automatic win today, but they didn't.
Packers?
You're goddamn right. It was the Green Bay
okay.
Packers.
Okay.
And I swear,
Oh shit.
I swear to God, the Packers being the losing leg on my teaser is not a $20 pick on $100 picks today. Just lit on fire. Whatever. $100 picks just not doing well right now. We need some therapy. But I promise them losing me the tease is not why I did a rant on the Packers earlier. I swear. Those two things did not coincide.
Just like I felt no remorse watching Jonathan Taylor score 3 touchdowns today. I think it was 2 or 3. After he he's the one that sold my parlay week 1, my 7 touchdown leg parlay, and Daniel Jones vultured all those 1-yard touchdowns. No, I didn't feel any remorse for him scoring all those touchdowns today. None at all, Joe.
Did Jonathan Taylor sell you those, or did just life sell? Like, it's not like Jonathan Taylor got hawked down at the 1 or fumbled going into the end zone. So that's a little different, you know what I mean? It's a little different.
If it was any other quarterback, he would have gotten those 1-yard carries.
Well,
God
not
damn
Jalen
it,
Hurts.
Joe.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, tell me about that. I've been on the Saquon Barkley end of a lot of those over the last 20 weeks of regular season play.
I know. Speaking of the Titans and the Texans, they play each other on next Sunday. In the whomst would have thunk both of these teams would be 3-0 or 0-3 bowl.
One of them we expected.
Exactly. It is in Houston.
Hopefully this is get right time for the Texans. It's almost got to be. So I'm going to go I mean, the Titans are I got to see the final result. Okay, yeah.
No, they're bad.
Yeah, they haven't. They're not close. They haven't been close to covering shit.
They're bad.
Except week 1.
They covered week 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Texans by a touchdown ish. Let's see. We're gonna go 6.5 on this one because the Texans just can't score right now.
I caught a break. It is 7.5.
Son of a biscuit. Did you go 7.5?
No, I went 6.5.
Oh, we tied. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes me feel better. I'll take a tie all day. I'll take 16 ties if we have to.
Yeah. Speaking of, it would mean we were both right in a way. Speaking of, we are tied going into the final 3 games. Sunday night football game. Green Bay Packers on the road to take on the Dallas Cowboys.
Packers should be favored. I'm going to go Packers.
Oh, wow. I missed a game, but that's fine. We'll go back. This is a Sunday night game. So.
I'm going to go Packers 5.5.
God damn it. That's what I get for skipping a game.
Chargers Giants?
Yeah. It is 5.5 though. We tied. And I also said 5.5. We tied. I know, sorry.
Don't get my hopes up.
I know, we tied. Here we go. Yeah, Chargers Giants in New York. Last game on the it was right there. It's not like I missed it. It's in the Jurassic Park poop category.
Really?
Who would have thought?
You had no faith in this being a good game?
I know, right? Sunday S tier. Fire it up.
gonna go Chargers. Man, it's a long trip for the Chargers. This is a game they would 100% lose most years. But that's not this year, Joe.
Jackson Dart plays. You never know, man.
But I will go Chargers.
Maybe Malik Neighbors can even out his diamonds to catch ratio.
Yeah. Chargers 5.5.
There you go. You got it. I had 4.5. It is 5.5.
Nice.
All right, you have a 1-point lead as we head into the Monday night header. Double dip.
So I just can't. I just need one tie.
Can't lose out.
I'll take a
Bud.
push.
A big tush push.
Boy, we got some good games on Monday night, Joe.
Fucking bangers, bro.
We have a combined 3-9, right?
Why don't we come on during the Monday night games just for the fun of it? Like, these games are so meaningless. Who cares?
You know, I might be down for that. Jump on for the end of that Dolphins game, and then like the third and fourth quarter of Broncos Bengals, and sweat some bets.
Could be.
So I like to have action. I like to have something.
Have you ever seen the movie Heat?
No.
Damn it. It's a great movie. All-timer.
Have you seen the movie Step Brothers?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh, no.
I'll have to come up with something for the show next week.
It's a bank heist movie, and it's got Pacino and De Niro in it, and Val Kilmer, rest in peace. And there's a great line where I think Tom Sizemore, his name is, the actor, his actor says something about the juice, and he's like, for me, the action is the juice. It's a great line. It's a great fucking movie.
Nice.
Pacino is all-time hopped up in that one. Speaking of Monday night and hopped up, Jets Dolphins in Miami.
Miami was definitely punchy on Thursday. That probably saved some jobs.
At least for a week.
It's the Jets. They have to be favored at home.
He said it's the Jets.
They have to be. Right? They have to be.
It is the Jets.
I'm gonna go Miami 1.5.
We tied. I said 1.5. Also, it's 2.5.
But it is Miami.
Yes.
Okay. I'll take that tie. Now let's see. I got no sweat. I'll either tie or win.
Yeah, you're gonna just throw it to me. You're gonna say like Bengals by 37. It is Cincinnati in Denver.
I'm gonna go Denver. $6.5.
You got this one. I said 5.5. It is 7.5.
Damn.
All right, fun show. See you later. Good night, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck. You got me.
You did so well there in the middle.
Yeah, it's not about how you start or how you it's not about how you start or you rally. It's about how you finish still. And you are the Monday Night Football Guess the Lines King.
Got it done.
So yeah, that Monday night slate is interesting. But we close the book.
At least they're not completely back to back. At least they'll overlap, so there can be fewer hours spent watching football on Monday night.
Oh my God!
Last week I was like, I'm invested. I'll watch all 6 hours. Fuck it. This week it's only 4 hours. 5.
What did I do? I did something during the second half of last week's game.
I should have.
I had something I did.
should not have played it.
I was up here doing something. I don't remember what it was, but I tapped out from watching it. I had something that I was doing up here, and yeah, that second half of that game got bad. But it was fun to watch the first half because Herbert was slinging it and they were winning. And then I just heard everyone saying that the game sucked, and I was like, "What are you talking about? I didn't watch anything in the second half." All in all, fun day of football. Best Sunday of the year so far. Even though the Sunday night game was terrible. Well, yeah, I guess we'll just kind of play it by ear for next week.
If we get out of there soon and quick enough, maybe I'll hop on Sunday night, but I would guess we probably won't get back till plenty late. But there could be a chance we're home by 10. We'll just have to see.
Hey, listen, we'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I'd be down for a Monday night show.
Yeah, we'll be all right. 2 Monday night shows in 4 weeks. Hey, look at us. We'll be back. We'll be back either way. We will be here and ready to rock and roll. Make sure to check out all of our stuff. We have a lot of great stuff out there. It's been a fun start to the season. We are 3 weeks down. Monday night's game tomorrow should be fascinating. Do you have any quick takes on the race today?
It was honestly a pretty fun race. For Loudon, I didn't really expect much, but there was a decent amount of passing. It was not the worst next-gen race in the world. Probably one of the better New Hampshire races that I can remember here in the last handful of years when the track wasn't wet. Because
I was going to say, wasn't it last year?
Yeah, there have been races where it's been wet and it got really interesting. But on a normal day, it was actually pretty good. I had a shot at a big win. Josh Berry spun early and came back through the field.
Mm-hmm.
He got all the way up to 6th. Green flag run, still climbing. I nuked him at 20 to 1. I made 2 $25 bets. Would have won $1,050 if he could have won that race. If that last caution didn't come out, I think he was on pace. He was going to have the freshest tires, and he was mowing them down 3 to 4 or 5 tenths a lap. And he was like 5 seconds back. He had already cut 2 seconds off of that. I think it was going to continue. There was a caution. He stayed out. Everybody else took 2 tires. And he still almost was able to make the move on Blaney to win it. I cashed out one of them for $125. So I turned 50 into 125. So it wasn't all lost. But he had a hell of a shot to get me $1,000. And that would have been nice.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was a good race overall. Blaney all weekend long was expected to be the class of the field just based on practice and qualifying. The 12 is honestly, I still think the 12 is the fastest car all season long. There have been a lot of races this year that he could have won. So
you're still on the board. If he's the last one standing, you'll be fine with it.
Much more so than when he won 2 years ago, because this year he's actually got the legit speed almost everywhere to win. So I would not have a problem with a Ryan Blaney championship this year. Joey Logano, yes, he has no business being a champion this year. But you know what? He's still in it. He's still got as good a shot as anybody. And this is the closest track on the schedule probably to Phoenix. And Penske looked really good today. So
yeah,
it's to Phoenix and bet on Penske. That's pretty much how that's going to go.
Unless Christopher Bell can.
And Toyota was off today. 2311 cars were dog shit. Bubba wasn't a factor at all. Tyler Reddick started up front but faded quick. Never a factor. There was Gibbs chaos today. Hamlin spun out Ty Gibbs. Was sick of his bullshit. He was holding him up. Bumped him out of the way. Spun him out. Done for the day. Christopher Bell finished 6th, and that was the highest he ran all day. Didn't qualify well. Just kind of a weird day for Gibbs. They're usually much better here. This has been Christopher Bell's playground over the years in his Xfinity and Cup career. Was not really a factor in the win today.
Didn't he even win the race last year when it was a rain race?
Pretty sure he did.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was an enjoyable day. And now we go to Kansas Speedway, where I will be next week. And I am in it's not necessarily a survivor pool, but for like for NASCAR, but you pick one driver and you can only use them once during the regular season, and then you can use the whole field again in the playoffs, but you can only use them once. So I've got 10 races, 10 drivers to pick. Planning on picking Denny Hamlin this week. I've still got him available. He should be really good at Kansas. He, Larson, Blaney, Bell are probably the 4 that would be the betting favorites if I had to guess, with maybe Byron also thrown in the mix. Would not be surprised if the winner comes from that pool.
Was going to say
race. Looking forward to being there.
The 2311 guys should be.
Yeah, they should also be back in the mix this week. And
Bubba's really good at Kansas.
Yeah. Although I can't remember if it was last fall or this spring, he had an uncharacteristic bad day at Kansas. And I thought, that does not quite seem right. But we'll see. Ross Chastain won last year, so I would be okay with him grabbing another one there.
Would get him to the round of 8.
Yeah. I'm not expecting him to make the round of 8, and I won't be devastated or anything, because he's a top 12 guy this year, but not a top 8 guy. I'll be happy if he makes it, but I won't be upset if he doesn't.
Yeah,
hopefully he can run well this weekend, though.
I hope you have fun. That should be a blast.
Should be good. Me and a buddy are going. We got some cheapish tickets, some really good seats for cheap that it looked like they just wanted to get rid of them on Ticketmaster, so I scooped them up.
Yeah, you've had these tickets for a while now, right?
A few weeks. Bought them a few weeks ago. But not terribly long.
Hey man, you're gonna have fun. It should be a good time. We will be back next week. Golden Ticket Show Thursday, weekend warm-up Friday, football lounge tomorrow, card subject to change, always rocking every week. They're going to probably come on and do some stuff on the wrestling weekend. Unfortunately, I was not able to go hang out with them yesterday to do some live stuff, but I hope they're doing well. Shout out to those guys, as always. Who else am I missing anybody? If I'm missing you, I'm so sorry. We have so much great content. Sometimes I even forget. College Juice. There are Wednesdays. So yeah, shout out to everybody. Nick, thank you as always, my friend.
Good to be here. We'll talk next week.
This has been the Educated Ignorance Podcast for Frequency Sake Podcast Network. If you ain't got your game, you best pass the sticks. We will see y'all next week. Until then, bye.